it's Megan. It's
yeah, cool. and then when you move to New York for some reason,
takes the shine off, I guess.
Yeah, it really takes. But I'd do it in Indy to like make my parents think that I'm more important than I am. Like, I know that guy. I just hung out with him at the park, and they'll be like, "Really? You know the guy in the commercial?" I'll be like, "Yeah." Mm-hmm.
Big time Tim McLaughlin. Come on.
And then they're like, "Why aren't you in a commercial?" I'm like, "Shut up."
All right, yeah, this is the first one ever, so we'll just kind of have fun with it. There's really no kind of rules or anything. It's just a top 5 list, and yeah, we'll get started. Welcome to the original inaugural first episode of Cash's Top 5. I got my buddy Tim McLaughlin here.
Yeah, first guest, baby.
That's right. He's from Indy but lives in New York City now.
And, that's right.
Yeah, what you got going on with with the career, Tim?
Oh, with the career? I mean, everything's on a stop still, for right now, based on the fact that coronavirus has destroyed everything that New York holds sacred. So I've just been doing shows in the park like a homeless man.
Yeah? Are those fun?
Are the shows in the park fun?
Yeah.
No. No, I mean, sometimes they're fun. It's fun to hang out in the park with your friends.
Right.
But then they were fun at the beginning, but I think they've gotten oversaturated because now you're only doing shows for like 4 people. At the beginning, it was like 30 or 40 people, but now it's like bad.
Ugh. Well, hopefully things start to open back up. I know you're in New York, so it's probably going to be one of the last places that opens back up.
But, yeah, man. Everybody, no one here wants to, do anything to help themselves. So this place will probably be closed for a while, but that's all right. Whatever. I was unemployed before, so I got nothing to go back to.
That's fair. Well, hey, let's talk. It's a top 5 list. And what we do is we let the guest pick the topic. And today we're going to do a special. It's the first one, so I don't know if it's that special, but the original plan is to do just one top 5 list, but we're going to do 2 today. We're doing a twofer with Tim.
Well, I told you I could. I have strong opinions on both top 5 lists, really.
No, that's fair, and I do too.
I have strong opinions on sandwiches.
So that's right. So the first list we're going to do is types of sandwich, and then the second top 5 list are places to go get a sandwich, like chains in America, right?
Yeah, chains. Well, I said chains because you could do a top 5, but then like, what am I'm going to say like 90 Mile Cafe in Chicago, where like, and what are you going to have to? You're going to have to be like, I guess that's good. I don't know. I've never been there.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Like I thought of a couple places in Indy, but yeah, no.
I mean, we can talk Indy sandwich places if you want. It'll be for no one, but we can talk about it if you want to do it.
No, that's all right. This is already.
What is your favorite place
nobody
to
enough
get a
as
sandwich in Indy?
Do what?
What's your favorite place to get a sandwich in Indy?
Oh man, it's probably actually no. My favorite place is the patio on the east side.
Oh, on the east side.
Mm-hmm.
Not the one on the north side at 96 or on 56th Street.
I don't know about that place
because there's the patio. There's also a patio at 56 and Keystone.
Is it like a mom and pop kind of? Might be a drug front kind of place, or?
I mean, it's a horse shit dive bar.
Okay, well,
they have a good pork tenderloin sandwich there.
Oh man, I completely forgot about tenderloins when I made my list.
I did too till just now when you brought up Indy.
Shit. Okay.
They wouldn't make my top 5 though, but they are good.
I might have to make room for it, but no, yeah. So the patio on the east side has a great sandwich. They do everything great, but all right, let's get started. It's top 5 types of sandwich. We're going to start with number 5 and work our way to number 1. What do you got in the 5th spot?
I have peanut butter and jelly sandwich for my number 5.
PB&J, just classic.
Classic. Well, or I mean, if you want to make it a little nicer, you throw some Doritos on there. Peanut butter, jelly, and Doritos, man. That's the fucking shit, dude.
That's like when you're on a field trip and you're
you're on a field trip and you're like, hey, look what I can do with my sandwich, and all your friends are like, oh my god,
you're a genius.
You're the most incredible man I've ever met in my entire life. And I was like, hold on. And then I got to bat women away or whatever.
All right. So PB&J is your number 5. My 5, I've got Po' Boy.
Oh yeah, those are good.
Yeah.
Had a lot of them when I was in New Orleans.
Oh, absolutely. Well, that's the best. And if
Yeah.
I wanted to be specific with it, I would say a shrimp po' boy is definitely
Mm.
pretty tough to beat.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to beat. Shrimp. I mean, I don't normally go for seafood sandwiches, but a shrimp po' boy is good.
Mhm.
I
Well,
like anything with a horseradish on it.
you do like anything with a horseradish on
Yeah.
it? It's basically shrimp cocktail as a sandwich.
Yeah.
And you
That's
can do
good
it
to
with
me.
anything.
I had there's this place in New York. It's called Wohop. It's a Chinese place, and they have this like horseradish. No, wait, what is it? Wasabi sauce. It's like a wasabi horseradish sauce,
Oh God. Are
and
you just
it
leaking the entire
clears you
time?
out. It's incredible. It's truly incredible.
Okay. Number 4, what do we got?
Number 4, I have hamburger sandwich.
Okay.
People like to forget that the hamburger is a sandwich.
So when we say hamburger sandwich, are you saying like just a regular burger, or do
I'm
you
saying
mean
a
like a patty meat?
burger. I'm saying a cheeseburger sandwich, I guess. So I'm saying a bun with lettuce, onions, cheese, and a beef patty in it.
So just a burger.
Yeah, hamburger sandwich. It's
It's not a
technically
sandwich. It's just a burger.
it's the name of it is the hamburger sandwich.
Is that real?
Yes.
Okay. No, I'm not. I'm totally on board with it. I just think it's
I
funny.
knew this was going to
Hamburger.
cause controversy when I brought it up.
Well, no, because I've got probably something similar coming up. But
All
I
right.
didn't say hamburger.
But yeah, hamburger. I love hamburgers. Just like the president.
Hamburger sandwich. Okay. In the
Have a
4th
damn
spot,
hamburgers.
this would be the one I would maybe kick out. I know it's not number 5, but a Reuben.
Yeah, I'm not a big sauerkraut guy.
So you'll go horseradish, but not sauerkraut.
Right. But I do like pastrami, and I like corned beef a lot. Depends on what type of Reuben you get. What are you getting on your Reuben sandwich?
Your classic corned beef, sauerkraut, Thousand Island dressing, probably some Swiss cheese.
See, I like everything on there except for the sauerkraut, really. I'm not a big sauerkraut guy. I don't even like you know what I didn't put on here, but I'm gonna have to, and it's gonna have to take my number 3 spot. But I don't like slaw on my sandwiches either.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Like a lot of barbecue places do that, and I don't care.
Yeah, so I don't like it, even if with the sauerkraut is basically German slaw. German food is trash, though. Have you ever? I went to Germany. And their food is dog shit. I ate pretzels for like 4 days.
Oh man, that's funny. Okay.
And then I got a McRib.
How was the McRib over there?
It tastes like a McRib here. It was nice. It felt like I was at home.
I was like some weird mustard on it or something.
No, I wish that would have been cool. I was blacked out because I went to Oktoberfest, and I was blacked out walking home by myself. I don't even know how I got to the apartment. I have absolutely no idea. But I stopped and I bought 3 McRibs on my way back, and I ate all 3 of them and then passed out.
What were you doing in Germany? Like, why
We're
were
going
you
to Oktoberfest?
like you just went with a group of friends or by yourself?
I went with my buddy Andrew.
Okay.
And me and him went on a honeymoon. We went to Paris and Italy and Germany.
That's so romantic.
It was very romantic. We took a pizza making class, and it was all couples. And then me and Andrew and everyone kept asking us how long we'd been together. And I had to be like, I don't know, 28 years. I think we've been together. They're like, but you look so young. I was like, well, we've been together since 3rd grade, you know?
Sure. Well, I hope you guys are still together and very happy.
We are. I mean, he lives in Indy, but you know, we see each other when I go back.
Gotcha. Well, okay. So for you, we've got in the 5 spot PB&J 4 hamburger sandwich.
Hamburgers.
Just kicked off number 3. What did you kick off?
I kicked off ham and cheese.
or like a hot ham and cheese. I almost went with that, but it
Yeah,
didn't.
but I kicked it off because of my number 2, which could also be considered my number 3 on here that I had to switch it up. Pulled pork, baby, pulled pork sandwich.
Oh no.
That's like my favorite. That's like one of my top 3 sandwiches.
You've got me rethinking my whole list, man. Like I even did research. Like I'm Googling sandwiches all day, making sure I
I put
have
this
got all my
I
stuff.
put this all together at 6:40. I was eating, but I was thinking about it while we were eating dinner because we had tandoori chicken for dinner, and I was making a tandoori chicken sandwich with naan bread while I was having dinner, which was good. But
my list or no? All right, that's really strong. Pulled pork.
pulled pork, no slaw though.
Yeah, no slaw. I'm a no slaw guy too.
I like it on the side. Yeah, I like the vinegar-based slaw more than the mayo-based slaw.
That's fair. I've had that on a burger before and it was okay, but
It's not bad. But the best slaw, I think the best slaw I've ever had is at this place called Smoke in Chicago, SMOQU. That's how they spell it. I mean, listen, I'm just telling the audience. I know I didn't name it, Adam. I don't need the look, It's not my name. I don't think the name is cool either.
I'm not judging you for this. I'm judging the existence of that name. That's all.
It is one of the best barbecue restaurants I've ever been to, though.
Oh, that makes up for it then. That's where you had the good slaw?
I mean, it is super good.
Okay, no, that's fair. Okay, so pulled pork at 3. For my 3, this is why hamburger's fine. I said patty melt.
Oh yeah, patty melt works. That's right. That's just a hamburger sandwich.
Yeah.
Patty melt. Oh damn, dude.
Some grilled onions. Some Swiss
yeah, but what's the one that Steak and Shake has?
Oh, that's a patty melt. The
Frisco melt.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that shit is like 1,000 calories. Like I used to eat like 2 of them. I used to eat 2 of them for dinner when I would be wrestling, and then my buddy was like, that shit is like 4,000 calories that because I'd eat that and have like a soda and fries. He's like, you're eating like 4,000 calories. And I was like, oh, I don't care. Weight, bro. And now I'm getting fat as fuck. I'm the heaviest I've ever been. I weigh 220. I've gained 40 pounds in the pandemic.
Can I just say, as a resident fat guy, that I see your posts on Twitter and Instagram talking about, hey, look at this fat guy, and it's a picture of you and you're thin.
Yeah.
Nuts.
I know, man. I do. I know what it does. I know real fat people are like, fuck this fucking guy.
Yeah.
He's only a tad bit overweight.
Would you say you are 220?
Yeah, I weigh 220. I was weighing 185 though.
Yeah, 220. I missed sophomore year too, man. It was a good time. All right.
Where would you prefer? So patty melt is, well, I guess we'll get into chains, but yeah, Frisco, that reminded me of Frisco melt. Frisco melt, good as hell.
That's probably why it ranked so high. And I didn't even think about the Frisco melt for my chains. But yeah, that's an incredible sandwich.
I haven't thought about it in 10 years and now I want one and I'm full.
Well, make sure you visit home soon because they're closing down all over the place.
I know. I saw that. They were closed. They closed the one on 56 and Keystone. If we can go back to an intersection.
Yeah, because the patio closed them down. They ran.
Yeah, I know. Well, maybe it's 54th and Keystone. There's the one next to Marco's in the patio.
Yeah.
That's 54th. It doesn't matter. These a bunch of people on there. They're like, it's 54th. I'm listening and I know it's 54th, you idiot.
Pulling out Google Maps, trying to make you look dumb. No, fuck those.
Why don't you go back to the north side, you privileged piece of shit? It's like that one guy at Morty's. I asked him where he was from and he said the south side. And I just said, ew. and he wanted to fight me at the club, and Avery had to kick him out. And Avery was like, I assure you, he says ooh, no matter what side of town you say you're from.
Yeah.
Because I bet that north side piece of shit doesn't say ooh if he says he's from the north side. He goes, oh yeah, well, he doesn't say it if you say from the north side.
Oh man, God, that makes me miss Morty's so bad.
I know. It was so fun.
Okay. So we've got PB&J hamburger sandwiches, pulled pork coming in at
Yep.
number 2, which I have a feeling I know what this is about to be. What do you got?
Italian sandwiches.
That's not what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was
What
going to
did
be
you think it was going to be?
grilled cheese because you said with hot ham and cheese that technically counts as a grilled cheese.
Yeah, but it does kind of. Hot ham. Oh man, grilled cheeses are good, but they're not in my top 5. Italian sandwich incorporates cheese and ham normally, so I can take off the ham and cheese because I like an Italian sandwich with Italian dressing and onions. I love Italian sandwiches.
That's fair. I mean, that's because no matter where you go, chain or not, the Italian sub is usually their best one, and it's always
Yeah.
you know?
Here's the thing I got to say about the Italians: dumb people, good cooks.
We'll cut that for the promo.
Yeah. World's dumbest race. The Italians. I'm half Italian. That's why I can't read.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, you didn't know I was half Italian, or you didn't know I couldn't read?
No, I knew you couldn't read. I didn't know you were half Italian.
Yeah. Yeah. My mom's side of the family is Angelicchio. Angelicchio.
You know what? I did know that.
Yeah.
I did know.
It's also spelled WOP.
The abbreviation.
Yeah. What do you got? What do you got for number 2?
All right, number 2. Oh, man, I'm rethinking my list because I definitely forgot about pulled pork and I definitely forgot about tenderloin, but I got to stick with it because I don't know that I would knock this off. Number 2 is a Philly steak.
Oh, now I forgot one.
Oh man, see,
I'm booting that peanut butter and jelly and throwing the Philly cheesesteak up on there.
you want to make that official?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's gone. Philly cheesesteak is now in the 5 hole for me. Philly cheesesteak, good sandwich. What about the chicken Philly? You ever fuck with a chicken Philly?
Yeah, I'm not opposed to it. To me, it's not the same sandwich, but it's also really good still. Like it
is good
stuff, but
I mean everything on a Philly cheesesteak sandwich is just good.
Yeah, well, and like the chicken Philly, Mike Morty's had a chicken Philly. Now, that sandwich was unstoppable.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, no, it's solid.
I used to get it every week.
Yeah,
yeah, I got it every week. On Wednesdays, I would
McLaughlin's hot dog.
Well, but I wouldn't eat hot dogs there because I ate enough hot dogs at home. I eat for a minute, I was eating 3 hot dogs a day.
Really?
Yeah, and that was over the pandemic. That was like not but a month ago. For most of the pandemic, I had been eating 3 hot dogs a day for lunch.
So that's how you got to 220?
Yeah, that I haven't been I like my stagnant. I haven't moved because I was walking 10,000. I was doing 10,000 steps a day in New York when I was out doing handyman shit at people's houses, just carrying a 90-pound backpack with tools around the city.
True.
So that was keeping me kind of fit. And then, this happened and I just didn't move for
I think
5
you're
months.
Getting a very positive reason why you might have put on weight. Congratulations. You hit what? How many months no smoking?
Oh, I'm at over a year.
There you go, man.
Yeah.
So maybe you put on a couple of pounds because of that too.
Yeah, well, we like to, you like to say, hey, if I start smoking again, maybe I'll shed all this weight. But then,
start doing some heroin,
Yeah, but then your girlfriend goes, no, eat this, and then throws a cake at you. So,
you know what
who knows? So you got Philly cheese. Damn, that's a good number 2. All right, wait, I want to know what your number 1 is first.
You want to know my number 1 first? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to think of what yours might be now that we've gone. So you're 5.
I don't think you'll ever guess it.
Probably not. PB&J, but now Philly steak, hamburger, pulled pork, Italian subs. Okay. So my list so far, at 5, I've got po' boy, specifically shrimp po' boys.
That's good.
4, I've got Reuben's. 3, patty melt. 2, Philly steak. And my number 1 are gyros.
Whoa.
Going away. not even close.
Whoa, I didn't even think of them in the sandwich realm.
Yeah, I was trying to avoid the whole is a hot dog a sandwich, is a this, is that. To me, gyro counts, right?
I count it. I like them. I think they're super good. I wouldn't put, they're not in my top 5, but I do think they're very good. Damn, that's a good choice though. Tzatziki sauce. You a big tzatziki man?
Oh, absolutely, man. I make homemade tzatziki all the time.
Damn, you making that shit at home?
Yeah,
Is it easy to make?
it's pretty easy. Yeah, I would probably do it if it was complicated.
Yeah, I mean, I don't fuck with sauce making at my house. I just kind of cook stuff on the grill and then buy the sauce at the store.
I mean, that you can do that too. Do you have a blender?
No. We should get a blender for margaritas.
That's well, I kind of thought maybe you would for margs, but yeah, if you get a blender, all you got to do is either sour cream or Greek yogurt if you're trying to be a little healthy. Then dill, garlic, and some cucumber. I mean, that's you just mix it up.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's good.
Hell yeah. Then I'm doing it.
All right. So my 5, po' boy, Reuben, patty melt, Philly steak, and gyro comes in at number 1. We're going to hear your number 1 now. You're at Philly steak, hamburgers, pulled pork, Italian sub. And for number 1, Tim McLaughlin, number 1 type of sandwich.
Cubano sandwich.
The Cubano.
It's the best sandwich there is,
if that's going to make an appearance or not.
Yeah, it's my favorite sandwich. Best one I've ever had is at 90 Mile Cafe in Chicago. Why I brought it up earlier.
Little foreshadowing we didn't.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm like a damn author.
Just plot points, hiding them around.
Oh
So,
yeah.
love the movie Chef.
Yeah. Oh, I was at we're gonna watch Casablanca tonight, but I think my girlfriend and I will be watching Chef here shortly. I've seen it a bunch, but I love it.
It's so good. It always makes me want to like do some cooking and to make Cubanos.
Oh yeah. I always want to make Cuban sandwiches when I'm watching that show. But now we gotta be good about what we're eating around here because I got a weight loss bet with my brother that I gotta win.
You and Jack?
Yeah.
Has he put on weight too?
Oh yeah, he's a little fat little bitch. I was calling us men of size at home the other week. Because I was in Indy the other week and my brother came over and I was like, thank God he looks like that. Fucking taking some shine off me.
I would probably be mad if I saw Jack because he'll probably look thin to me too.
Probably, but he also has like long hair and his chin like blends into his neck and he looks like someone's aunt now. Like, he's just looking like he's got big aunt vibes about him.
He doesn't have a beard to cover that up.
He can grow like 9 hairs on his face. He can't like he grows like 6 hairs and then he grows them out real long and it's just disgusting looking.
You're really selling him on this podcast. I love it.
Well, he's engaged to a woman that used to work at Hooters and is now like a nurse. So I'm not worried. The man makes 6 figures. I'm not real worried about him.
No, I actually don't like him anymore.
Yeah, I don't like him either. He makes 10 times more money than I do.
Now I'm anti-Jack.
Nah, he's a good man. All right. Well, I like your pick. Damn. Euros, man. I didn't think about that.
And I'm a little impressed though. You got 2 dudes from the Midwest, from Indiana specifically, and neither one of us put tenderloin.
Yeah, no pork. But here's the thing about a pork tenderloin. It's fine. It's good, but it's fine. Like it's not kicking. I don't like, everybody's like, look at how much bigger it is than the bun. And I'm like, yeah, that's all right. I mean, I like eating that part, but I also like the parts that have onion and mayonnaise on them, which is, the other third of the sandwich. Like 2/3 of the sandwich are off the bun.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I don't care for like when it's the bun or the tenderloin's this and then the bun is here.
Yeah.
You're taking a knife and fork to it. Yeah, I don't care for that. But, and also we may not have picked it because, we grew up with it. So it's
grew up with it.
Special.
Grew up with it.
A po' boy is a big deal because we didn't have a bunch of that.
One I was surprised it didn't come up was buffalo chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
That was a big fave of a lot of my friends was the buff chick.
Well, the only place I know that you could get like now the buffalo chicken wrap, is that what you're talking about?
Well, no, because like at Sam's place in Indy, they have like a buffalo chicken sandwich. I mean, even just a spicy chicken sandwich, like the Popeye spicy chicken sandwich or the Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich, is very good.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But
Actually,
I didn't put either of those. Spoiler: I didn't put either of those on my sandwich chain list
neither did I.
because Popeyes is chicken place. I get Popeyes. I gotta quit getting it. I get it like once a week. It's so good.
Well, see, now we're almost encroaching on a different category. Like, because I thought of chains based.
Chains is a whole different. There's a whole nother level to what I put into this. That would take some real thinking on my part.
Yeah, like if we were to really narrow it down to, the Frisco melt, the spicy chicken sandwich from Wendy's, the this, the that, like that would be.
Oh yeah. I mean, Wendy's and Taco Bell are top tier chains. It's hard for anything to beat McDonald's. Anyways, let's get into the sandwich. I don't want to run your show, but let's get into it before I start talking way too much about God knows what because of my ADD.
Let's do it, man. Okay, so these are sandwich chains, specifically. I already had to make a correction because while we were doing the first top five, I remembered one that I got to put that in. So, okay, let's start off with your number 5 sandwich place.
Firehouse Subs.
That's a good one.
Which I like. I like Firehouse Subs. I like their large hot Italian sandwich. It's good. I like it.
Are most of your picks going to be because they have a good Italian sub?
Yeah. It's almost all of them. And literally almost every single one is because they have a good Italian sub. I only get Cuban sandwiches at Cuban places.
Okay.
There's no like Cuban chains.
Are there lots of food trucks in New York, maybe pre-COVID?
Yeah, there are a lot of, but I would only eat at the Nathan's hot dog truck. I would get chili dogs when I was real drunk from the Nathan's hot dog truck.
Okay. That's a good call.
But I was at a Firehouse Subs. This was like maybe 4 years ago. And I had been working all day in Michigan and I had to drive back to Chicago. And I went to Firehouse Subs to get something to eat. And then the Blue Almond commercial with Megan Gailey, who's from Indianapolis.
Yeah.
It came on and I go, "Hey, that's my friend." And everybody in the Firehouse Subs just stared at me and I go, "Don't worry about it. I know her."
Yeah, I remember the first time I saw it. It's like that Leo DiCaprio meme from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood where he's like pointing at the TV.
Yeah.
I literally did that exact motion when I saw that commercial for the first time. I was like, "Oh, it's Megan." It's
cool. And then when you move to New York, everyone is in a commercial for some reason.
Oh, takes the shine off, I guess.
Yeah, it really takes. But I'd do it in Indy to like make my parents think that I'm more important than I am. Like, I know that guy. I just hung out with him at the park, and they'll be like, "Really? You know the guy in the commercial?" I'll be like, "Yeah." Mm-hmm.
Big time Tim McLaughlin. Come on.
And then they're like, "Why aren't you in a commercial?" I'm like, "Shut up."
I'm busy doing shows.
Yeah, man.
All right. So your number 5, Firehouse Subs. It's a strong pick. My number 5 is. I feel dirty putting it, but I can't help it. Arby's.
Dang.
The beef and cheddar and the French dip and Swiss is so good.
I like their crispy bacon chicken sandwich.
Mm-hmm. And their market fresh wraps or whatever, like the turkey, like they do everything really well.
They do it good, but the main problem with Arby's is it's too expensive.
That's true. You'll think you're going in there and you rack up like $24. You're like, how the hell did that happen?
Yeah. I was on the road. I got like 3 just roast beef sandwiches and a drink, and it was like $18.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is too much. It'll never make a list for me for a price to
quality ratio.
No, price to quantity ratio. Okay. Because the quality is not bad. I mean, it's like that Simpsons where she's like, "I'm so hungry I could eat at Arby's," and everybody goes, "Ew, ew."
All right, Tim, what is in your 4 spot?
Blimpie.
So I wasn't sure. Blimpies did not make my list only because I remember enjoying it when I was a kid, but so many of them closed that I never had one like near me,
I found two in New York.
bro. So what do you
There's one in
besides the Italian
Brooklyn,
sub? What do you get
one
there?
in Manhattan.
What's your sub there? The Italian?
Sicilian. You go a little south from Italy, you go down to
Yeah.
Sicily.
Go off the boot a little bit.
Yeah, you can get a little Sicilian. You get a large Sicilian sandwich over there. Then all the black dudes at the Blimpie are amazed that you ate the whole thing just sitting there.
Man, so yeah,
Damn, that motherfucker didn't take any home for himself.
like I thought he was buying for two people, not just
Yeah.
man. Yeah, I remember liking Blimpie as a kid, but I also remember liking Subway. Like I feel like Subway was way better when we were kids, and it changed at some point. Like either the ingredients.
Well, yeah, I mean it wasn't as big because at the after before Jared, it was just around. And then after Jared got huge, it became the single largest chain restaurant in the world, I think.
Yeah, with like the most locations ever.
Yeah. And then that was their downfall, is way too many locations. Then they had to up. Now the bread, I mean, I was it Canada or Australia just said that their bread can't even be considered actual bread.
Ireland
did. Yeah.
There's so much sugar in it, they can't
Right.
really call it bread, which is.
And here's the thing, Ireland food is also trash. You're gonna eat soda bread, the worst bread there is, and then you're gonna say that Subway. I mean, I get it, but you can't be like, all bread is soda bread, and you'll get a blah blah blah. You know, I don't do accents, but soda bread is trash, is what I'm saying.
I've gathered that pretty much the entire United Kingdom is trash when it comes to food. Like Britain,
Yeah, everybody but Italy and Spain.
Yeah.
If your skin's a little bit brown, you probably make good food. If you're the whitest country over in Europe, you're a bad food maker.
I wonder if there's a correlation to that. There must be, because that's very true.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's probably has to do with the sun.
You are so dumb. I love
it. So what's yours? What's your number 4?
So number 4, I will tell you what I had.
Oh, you changed it.
Yeah. Oh, number 4, I had Schlotsky's Deli.
Oh, yeah. Schlotsky's was always okay with me.
Well, Schlotsky's I liked when I was a kid, again, going back to childhood. But the reason I remember liking them so much is they had really good little pan pizzas.
Oh, yeah.
Really good. And the sandwiches I remember being pretty good too. But when I remembered this is because I'm living in the South. So going to get the Italian sub at Publix, like the supermarket.
Oh, wow.
Bro.
Is good.
Oh,
supermarket food is, I think people talk about it, but I think it's underrated.
Absolutely. It's so good. And nobody, like, you can just go there and get like a full dinner and it's all like really good food and it's not that expensive.
Like Costco's food, their hot bar is fucking good as hell. Jewel Osco's fried chicken is awesome.
I've never had it.
It's super good.
The Jewel Osco.
Go to Chicago and be like, hey, I'm gonna go get fried chicken from Jewel Osco, and everybody will be like, hell yeah. Shit's good.
I gotta try that. That sounds really good.
Yeah, their chicken wings are great. What?
Those are the types of places where it's really good.
Yeah. Publix, huh? Publix Italian. Next time I'm in the South, I'll have to try it.
Do it. Yeah, they're all over. Like as soon as you get south of probably Nashville, like the entire Southeast, there are Publixes everywhere. And
I'm gonna have to. Can I do a shout out? But this isn't on my list. But a shout out of a chain, Sheetz. Have you ever been to Sheetz gas stations?
No.
It's like Wawa.
Okay.
You get to make your own custom sandwiches. They're some of the best road sandwiches you can have if you're like in the Eastern Ohio, Pennsylvania, Virginia area.
That's where they're at.
Yeah, that's an honorable mention.
Okay.
But damn, they are good, man. Every time anytime like I'm in that area, I get a sandwich over there.
No, that's fair. Yeah, I gave Schlotsky's a shout out. So your your honorable mention is Schlotsky's. All right. So yeah, I'm at Arby's, Publix. You are Firehouse, and what was your four? Or no,
Blimpie.
what was it?
Firehouse Subs and Blimpie.
Blimpie, that's what it was. All
And
right.
now we're here. We've made it. We've made it to the most controversial on my list, probably. McDonald's.
Come on, man.
What? I love hamburger sandwiches, and I think that McDonald's makes every single thing good. They're not the biggest chain in the world because it's bad.
I can't argue that. I just like when you told me you wanted to do top fives of sandwiches, like I agree that a burger is a sandwich. I just didn't think that we would be talking about McDonald's. But to be fair, I can't say I've ever had anything at McDonald's and thought, oh, I wish I hadn't had that. It's all good.
No, everything they make is good. That's so they have a team of scientists that could probably cure, like they could probably fix world hunger if they really wanted to, but instead they're adding the right amount of sugar and salt into everything at McDonald's so that we're addicted to it.
What's do you have a least favorite item? Or
At
is it all kind of
McDonald's?
at McDonald's?
I only get I get there's two things I get at McDonald's always.
McRib?
If they have it, I get the McRib. I always get the McRib if they have it.
Mhm.
But other than that, I only get McDoubles.
That's it.
That's it. I only get a McDouble. I only get a hamburger, like a McDouble. That's it. I don't even get a McDouble. A McDouble with bacon is bad. Just a regular McDouble, I think, is the best thing at McDonald's. Their double quarter pounder with cheese is too much.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes good, but it's too much. You know, it was when they were like, we're going to make the burgers like when you order them. Remember that?
Yeah, the real fresh.
Yeah, I think they quit. I think they quit doing that. But I tried to get one of those, and it was the saltiest thing that I've ever had in my entire life. It was really bad.
So do you not do Big Macs ever?
Oh, I get a Big Mac sometimes.
Okay, yeah. That's
Big Macs are awesome too, but I'll always get a McDouble with a Big Mac. I do fat boy shit, man. This is why I've gained weight.
I love it, dude. I respect it.
No more sodas for me though. I've been quit drinking sodas.
Dude, I've been doing the water with the Crystal Light packets.
Oh yeah.
Or just plain water. Yeah, no sodas.
I just been drinking plain water, and then on the weekend I drink a shit ton of beer. Which probably cancels out all the fact that I didn't have any sodas, but I would have been drinking the sodas and then a bunch of beer. So
I think beer is better than soda, like for sure.
Well, it gets you drunk.
Yeah, well, that's obviously the best part, but I feel like there's fewer chemicals in beer.
Yeah, maybe.
Like soda.
I don't.
Anyway, okay, so you've got Firehouse Subs, Blimpies, and McDonald's in your 3 spot. I've got Arby's at 5, Publix at 4. In the 3 spot for a very specific sandwich, I have DeBella's.
I don't know what that is.
To me, I'm sure this will be very controversial if, the 12 people that listen to this will be offended, but DeBella's to me is like kind of like on par with Firehouse Subs.
Okay.
But they have one called the Grandfather.
Yeah. What's it got on it? Lay it on us.
It's basically in a classic Italian sub. You can get pepperoni on it, ham. I usually swap the ham out for turkey and then keep the capicola and the pastrami. And then it's all the lettuce and like the Italian seasoning and oregano with some vinegar and oil. And then they toast it with the provolone fresh. Killer.
Damn.
It's really damn good.
That's cool. I have to, oh man, damn, I forgot to put Potbelly on. You just reminded me of it with the toaster.
Yeah.
Because they put it through, and I like the Italian sandwich at Potbelly, but it's too small. And also when you ask for the Potbelly vinaigrette, because it's not on their thing, but they have it. So If you ask them for it, sometimes people fucking give you attitude for asking for it. It's like, just open it and pour it on. I didn't ask for you. Listen, I didn't ask for you to give me a look because you sell it.
And it's not hard to add an ingredient. That's what this place is.
No, it's super easy. They just are like, because it's not right here, right in front of them. They have to like open a drawer and then pull it out and then open it. Damn, I've been hiccuping a lot.
I don't want to.
Where are DeBello's at?
there's one in Indy. Like there's one off of 82nd Street in Castleton.
All right, I'll have to check it out next time I'm in town.
Yeah. Like you know where I'm trying to remember. There's a Firehouse Subs in Castleton. And
Yes.
keep going further down when 82nd I think turns into 86th or something like that.
Okay.
There's a DeBella's across from the mall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now
You're the Skyline Chili.
I think it's opposite that. Like on
Yeah,
the other
it's
side.
on the other side.
Yeah. So I have one that I want to trash because you brought up toaster oven, but I'm not going
Oh, you're gonna trash it, trash away.
Well, no, because it might be one of your picks, and we can go back to that.
Is it Penn Station?
No.
Because that's my number 2 is Penn Station.
All right, so we're at number 2 now, Penn Station for Timmy. And what you get the Italian?
No. Well, I get the Dagwood where I make my own, or I'll get the turkey. I get they do the chicken teriyaki, or I'll get their pizza sub, which is good normally too.
That you just named the entire menu.
Well, that's true. I like them all.
Like I'll get this board, or I'll get that board, or I'll get that one.
The only thing that's keeping it from being number 1 is their fry. I don't like their fries really. I think they suck.
Really? I kind of like the fresh cut fries.
Some people love them, but they're not for me. They're too soggy, and I don't like that.
Well, I got to tell you, I think also what helps Penn Station is the bread.
Yeah, the bread's good at Penn Station.
Solid. Okay.
There was the Penn Station in Fishers. I used to go because I worked in Fishers for 15 years. And I'd go to the Penn Station every other week or whatever to get lunch. And 10 years ago in there was a guy, possibly woman, never figured it out. Pushing 450 pounds, very large, always shaved head, right? It was like Pat. It was like it's Pat thing. And I was like, I want to know. Like I wanted to know, but they always had their back to they were always cooking. And one time I caught it, and then I was like, I still don't know. They turned around because then they turned around once and they were like, da 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 da. But then I was like, this could just be a high pitched guy. It's haunted me all my days. Anyways, I hope they're out there living their best life. That's all I wish for them.
Still working there because they worked there they worked there the entirety that you went there for over 10 years.
They worked there forever. They were there. I think they were the manager.
So they're probably still there.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. So, okay. Your number 2 is Penn Station. My number 2, I'm going to go with Jersey Mike's.
Jersey Mike's is great.
Yeah. I mean, I usually go the number 7, the turkey provolone, and then get a microwave. I mean, there's just something about their ingredients. It always just seems fresher than other places. Can't stop it.
The rosemary bread is amazing.
Oh yeah.
I love a rosemary bread.
Yeah.
I met Trey Anastasio from Fish.
One of your friends that's in a commercial?
No. Trey Anastasio, the
lead singer,
head guy from the band Fish, you know, he was at the Breadsmith in Indy, and my buddy worked there, and I would always go in at noon because it was when it would close, and I would get whatever free bread they had left, and I would just eat it and walk home. And I was getting my free rosemary bread, and Trey Anastasio was in there buying a bunch of artisanal breads for his tour bus.
Really? That's cool, man.
I didn't know it was him until later. My buddy told me. He was like, that was Trey from Fish.
That's a bummer.
And I go, I don't know what that band is because I'm not a hippie loser.
Okay. So we are now at the number 1 spot for both of us.
Yeah. And my number 1 spot is going to be very similar to your number 2 spot. It's Jersey Mike's.
And my number 1 is Penn Station.
Hell yeah, dude. That's crazy. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, man. Jersey Mike's, dude. I love it. I love I just wish the only thing I wish about Jersey Mike's is that there was a size in between their regular and the large.
Yeah, the giant is literally giant.
Yeah, I ate some guy stood at the window and watched me eat the whole thing in Chicago once. I just ate. I got done and he goes, You just gave me 2 thumbs up in the window. Just giving me thumbs up.
I feel like you do meals like a homeless person where you don't know when the next one's coming.
Well, I'm better now, but that at that time, yeah, pretty much because that was when I had just gotten like $90 for my 2 spots I had done at the Laugh Factory, and it's the first time I'd had over $10 in my bank account for like 2 weeks. So I went and got a giant meal.
I would have done the exact same thing. That's a long
Yeah.
time ago. With not a lot of money, dude.
I mean, I was eating I was just buying those dollar noodle packets and just eating those.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I can buy.
Yeah, dude. You're scrappy. That's how they
Yeah, well, I got a rich girlfriend now. She takes care of us. Her and the government.
Dude, I need to get one of those.
What, the government?
No, a rich girlfriend.
Oh yeah, that's the best.
It would super help. Okay, so I want to trash the one place.
What are you trashing? What are we trashing here?
It's you brought up toaster oven, and that kind of changed your perception of what we were talking about a little bit.
Yeah.
Quiznos.
I almost put Quiznos in my top 5.
I've never had, here's the problem. I've never had a good experience. It's either been still cold in the middle or it tasted like shit. Like I've done Quiznos a few different times over my lifetime because like, okay, they can't, surely there's something wrong with what I've had in the past. Like clearly they're still around. They're very popular. There's no way their, product is that bad.
Right.
I've tried. It's been bad every time. So they would be very last on my list.
Well, that's yeah. Well, I mean, here's the other thing I've noticed. God damn, I got this fucking tandoori chicken riding up in my damn guts. This is the other thing I've noticed about Quiznos. Either people really like it or they hate it. There's no one's just like, I think Quiznos is fine. Everyone I've talked to loves Quiznos or hates Quiznos.
Is that real?
That's what I've
else that's hated it before.
Oh, I've met a couple people that have hated Quiznos. I went to a quiz because I was there. There's barely any anymore, but there was one at a gas station somewhere, and I went in and I was like, "Oh, Quiznos," and it was bad, and that's what kept it from being on the list because it was bad. But I went to the one. There was one in Denver I went to that was good, but the one at this gas station, it was like, "Try our new lobster roll sub," and I was like, "Yo, Quiznos." I'm not eating a lobster roll sub at a gas station Quiznos, my dude.
No, that's how you
goes down.
Okay, so it's interesting to me that a couple of things. One, when I don't know 5-10 years ago, however long it's been now, when Domino's rolled out that campaign of, hey, we know we suck, we know we're trash, but we're working on it.
Yeah.
And it worked really well. I feel like Domino's is in a much better place now.
Domino's is a top tier pizza place now.
Yeah, it absolutely is. I kept waiting for Quiznos to do that. Like, hey, we know you love Subway. We know you love Jimmy John's, which by the way, Jimmy John's would have made my top 5 if they still had alfalfa sprouts, but they got rid of the alfalfa sprouts and fuck them. Like I'm pissed.
Jimmy John's didn't make my top 5. It was on there for a second, but then it got knocked off and then it got knocked off again.
Yeah, I mean they're just better places. Not, Jimmy John's is still good. Like I'll still go, but
I got Jimmy John's delivered once. It took an hour and 15 minutes, and I tweeted. I said, "An hour and 15 minutes? You call that freaky fast, Jimmy John's?"
Yeah, that's like the one thing they're known for.
Yeah, and then someone messaged me and was like, "Hey, what Jimmy John's was that at?" And then they checked it, and it did take like an hour and 15 minutes, and they sent me a $10 gift card.
See.
That was what was keeping them on the list.
It bugs me when people complain about companies on Twitter, but that it works. That's why they do it. Like,
well, I was also just doing it to joke. I didn't really care.
Yeah, no, and I wasn't saying you're doing that, but there are people like legitimately, you look at their profile and it's just them bitching about company after company. It's like, dude,
hey Delta, I wish my seat was a little bit bigger, you fucking assholes. Then you're like, I don't know. That's just how all the seats are, man. Maybe you make more money and fly first class.
Also interesting, Subway didn't make an appearance either.
It was on my list. It got bumped off by Blimpies and Firehouse Subs. It was on the original run of me putting names down.
Yeah. Well, and well, now that I think about it, most of them are hot plate or places you can get hot subs. Typically Subway, I don't get it toasted. I usually just go like, I'll just get the cold cut.
Yeah, that's my. See, I don't know. Normally get my. I normally get the buffalo chicken sandwich at Subway, but my buddy Dale has this bitty, and he's like, who doesn't get their Subway who their sub toasted? It's like, what are you afraid of the future? It's like, Dale, a lot of people don't get their subs toasted. He's like puts out this thing like everyone does that, like it's some kind of. I think he just grew up without like an oven or a toaster and didn't understand that sandwiches could be hot. And now that he's found hot sandwiches, he's like, I don't understand why no one would do this.
Well, it probably blew his mind because I remember, I don't know, I don't remember years now, but they didn't have toasted subs at Subway, starting.
They didn't. I don't think they had them when I was in high school.
No, it was probably when we were in high school or college, right around that time. So what, 10, 15 years ago now?
Yeah.
They finally got
probably about 2005.
Yeah. So 15 years you can get it toasted now, but before, and that's why I never really adopted it. I'm like, I don't really need it.
I like soft bread though. I'm a soft bread man.
Again, Penn Station, the bread.
Yeah, they got soft bread. Jimmy John's has good soft bread too.
Yeah, that's true.
McDonald's bread gets so greasy, it's the softest thing you ever touched in your life.
All right, dude. Well, thank you very much for being the first episode.
Hey, no problem. This was very fun.
We'll probably do more top fives in the future. It's always fun to talk to you, and I miss being able to do stand up together, but I always enjoy keeping up with your adventures, and I love you, buddy.
I love you too. And check out the Worldly Show with Jeff and Tim, you assholes. I don't know. Why am I being mean?